What's up? Real MVPs, Ricky Widmer here, and welcome into an impromptu live stream because we need to talk. We need to talk about what's going on. I am joined with my beautiful co-host, my fellow Bulls fan, Dave Oster. Dave, how you doing?
Feels pretty good today, Ricky. Feels pretty good today. I didn't think I could feel better than yesterday, but turns out we just turned up one more notch.
Yeah,
just one more notch.
So I did say this. First off, you're a Bulls fan coming into this.
Yep.
Hit the subscribe button down below. If you love Bulls content, Dave and I know how to give you the best Bulls reactions possible. We know how to overhype our team like no other. But before we get into the DEMAR DEROZAN, that's the big meat and potatoes of today. We got DEMAR DEROZAN and didn't have to give up Lauri Markkanen. Here is my little, I got to have a heart-to-heart with Bulls fans, and Dave, I want to include you in on this. I am sick and tired of seeing Bulls fans second-guess our front office. I am sick and tired of it. I seen it after the Alex Caruso signing. I saw that Bull Scripted. I love Bull Scripted on Twitter. But he was like, we gave a bald Elmer Fudd Felicio money. I'm sorry. Alex Caruso is going to contribute more than Shrek ever contributed.
The disrespect.
Even today, Mike 2K, or now on Twitter, he goes by One Chain Gaming or One Chains Gaming. He even said, my worry is we pay on a 3 or 4 year deal because of potential, talking about Lauri Markkanen. And I said this, and I've said it before, Bulls fans need to stop acting like the boyfriend or girlfriend that was hurt by their ex, Dave. We have trust issues, I get it. Garpax, they burned us. They burned us. We can't trust the front office.
So bad so many times.
But AK is that good girlfriend, Dave. They're going to treat us right. They're showing us. They're treating us right. They're making the right moves. Bulls fans, it's time to trust. It's time to trust again. We can trust our partner to make sure we're going to win basketball games.
Ricky, the draft picks. Don't you want to draft another Denzel Valentine?
So, I love how the Vucevic trade happened, and everyone's like, oh my God, we lost the top 10 pick. Now we get DEMAR DEROZAN giving up, I think, 2 more firsts. I think we...
No, 1 first and 2 seconds, I think.
Okay, I thought that I saw Casey Johnson say it was 2 firsts, but regardless, everyone now is like, oh, we don't need first. Like, it's a complete 180 of like, yeah, we don't need first because this team does not care about young talent. They want talent that is going to help us win. And Dave, how is DEMAR DEROZAN going to help us win? That will segue right into it. DEMAR DEROZAN, how does he fit with now already Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, and Nikola Vucevic?
I mean, we literally just got our point forward in DEMAR DEROZAN. You know, everybody was like, you guys are going to go out and spend on someone who is, you know, in Lonzo Ball, someone who is not a true traditional point guard. And that was a big concern. It was you guys didn't really address the problem of your offense doesn't have a primary initiator like at all times. Yeah. You've got, you know, Zach who can do a decent job for his position. Now we have Lonzo Ball, who, again, not a traditional point guard. And they was like, well, they didn't really fix it. Didn't fix it. No, we went out and got DEMAR DEROZAN, who has evolved his game to be one of the best passing wings in the NBA. And I think that kind of got slept on because the Spurs weren't sexy to watch last year. They weren't a ton of fun, and they were never really a team who you were like, man, this is a future. Really, I watched them for 2 reasons. 1 is Keldon Johnson, and 2 is Devin Vassell. And Vassell got like 8 minutes of playing time a game, so that was a little whatever. But like that,
Pop don't like those young kids, Dave.
He hates them. He hates kids. It's gonna be interesting to see where they go from here. A different video, different day. But I just think that DEMAR DEROZAN got slept on. I mean, he is an elite passer at the wing position, and I would not be shocked to see him lead the Bulls in assists this year. I think what it gives us is at all times we're going to have multiple passers on the floor. You know, Vucevic is awesome. Mm-hmm. Great passing big, a little bit of a do-it-all on offense. Really, the only weakness to his game is his defense, rim protection. Not going to argue. We're going to have some questions there to address at some point this season. But DEMAR DEROZAN's a fantastic passer. Zach LaVine's an above-average passer. And Lonzo Ball is going to make sure that we run the fast break in an elite rate. Like, I'm telling you, the facilitating on the court is going to be great at all times. And I'm excited because we can actually run an offense. This won't be the Zach, you're gonna ISO for 12 seconds, and maybe jack up a shot if you get bored. Like, if you see an open look, go ahead and take it. We saw a little bit of pick and roll with Voos and Zach last year for a couple games. It's got elite potential, so we're adding more tools to the chest. Our starting lineup's gonna be disgusting. I just can't not love this right now.
Well, and like everything you're saying when you're talking about the assists,
Mm-hmm.
to me, I even look more broader than that. It's not about the assist numbers. It's about ball movement. Like, you look at the teams that are successful, they move the ball. Like, it's everything that, like, Denver did. Where did AK come from? What everything, like, the old Spurs did, Golden State. It's all about ball movement, ball movement, ball movement. And, like, I kind of agree that we've got YouTube chat, BVCV, saying that the Bulls don't have an inside presence like on defense. We're going to fit like this offseason, AKME had a plan. They had a plan. We get Lonzo. We get somebody else to pair with Zach LaVine. We fight for the playoffs. Like, that is the goal of this team because last year...
No, the goal of this team is compete for the playoffs to convince Zach that he wants to re-up long term.
Well, Zach already...
it was a forced move.
Zach already wanted to sign an extension or...
He can say the right things publicly.
Because it was Windhorst that said that, like, Zach wants to sign an extension now, but because of the moves we are making, we might not have enough cap space to do it now. That would have to wait until next summer.
Right, and then the fact that Zach could earn another, how many more millions of dollars because the cap is going up again next year. I'm not really buying that. He can say the right things publicly, but he was never going to sign anything this offseason.
You don't think so? So you thought that he was not doing anything at all this offseason?
No. This was a let's wait and see how the Bulls do. Let's see what moves we make. And then by halfway through the year, we will know the answer. And he's either going to sign a big deal with us after the season's over and extend, or he's going to go elsewhere probably, and we'll try to sign and trade him. But I think these moves proved that the front office is all in on this core, and I fucking love it.
Well, it's not even just that. Like, even we haven't touched on this. He signed, obviously, after we went off the air yesterday, was all the fucking just like... And pardon my language, but it upsets me. Everyone clowning on the Alex Caruso signing. Like,
which I don't get.
We got bald Omer Fudd, and it's like meme. It's like, okay, I get it. The Caruso's a meme in himself. But Jake put it perfectly, and I stole it and put it on Twitter because he's exactly right. Just under $10 million for someone who can play elite defense and shoot 40% from three. That's bad.
I'm not asking him to dribble. No. His job is to stand out and space the floor and play hustle defense. And that is exactly what he can do for us. I think that's the point is we sign him as a niche role player who excels at being a 3-and-D prospect for us. We don't expect him to carry any offensive load. We're not the Lakers looking to, have a situation where LeBron needs other guys who can help dispel him in that offense. No, we have 4 fucking playmakers legitimately on the floor at any given time. And again, we go to the bench unit and I see YouTube chats already talking about well, what about their bench player? Well, you still have Kobe White under contract too. You guys know this. Pretty fucking good scoring guard. Fucking good scoring guard.
I'm sorry, but if we get Lauri Markkanen on a cheaper deal and we because that's the thing where me and Mike 2K were talking on Twitter and he said the thing where he's worried the front office will give Lauri a 3 or 4 year deal on potential. I'm fine with a Lauri Markkanen. If no one's going to pay him and we give him a 1-2 year deal, cheap deal, hey, this is the market told you how much you're worth. So you really have no leverage of negotiation here. Here's your deal. Even if he's not starting, our starting 5 is probably going to be Lonzo at the 1, Zach at the 2, DeMar at the 3, the Paw at the 4, Williams, we haven't mentioned him. And then Vucevic at the 5. If we bring Lauri, I'm even confident in our second unit of Kobe Caruso, Ayo Dosunmu, and Lauri Markkanen. It's just who's our
Marko Simonovic.
I keep forgetting about Simonovic.
Also, we still have Troy Brown Jr.
We do playing some defense. See, I forget about these other guys. The biggest question for the Bulls is,
And
our
I think
front court.
Dotson technically is still under contract too.
God, we have so much backcourt now.
Yeah.
We have so much backcourt. It's like who's our front court? What? Lauri if he comes back.
Patrick Williams
and Vucevic.
Yeah, and Marko Simonovic. Mm-hmm. You keep forgetting Simonovic. I don't know why. I've hyped this kid up to no ends, Ricky, and you're just like...
is he backcourt or frontcourt? I know he's hyped up, Dave. I'm excited
he's big.
for him.
He's big. He is tall. Okay. He's put up great numbers.
Everything I've heard about him makes me think like, oh, he's another one to the backcourt. He's another ball handler.
No, he is a big.
Okay.
He is a big, and that's exactly why we're okay with moving on from Thad and moving on from Tice. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to make shit happen. I agree the Lauri thing is the toss-up. Like, I don't know that he's going to resign here. I don't know what the price he's looking for in the open market. But the fact that he has not found any offers yet.
I'm surprised he wasn't in the DeMar DeRozan deal. Because
I agree.
Rumor had that the Spurs wanted him.
Well, they got Zach Collins instead. Good point. So that tells you what you need to know about the price. If you can get Zach Collins for 3 for 31, I think. Mm-hmm. I think that was his deal. Someone in chat, correct me if I'm wrong.
Maybe Lauri still thinks he's worth $20 million.
Yeah, and no one wants to pay him that. So, hey, maybe we can get him back on dirt again and keep rolling. Or we can sign and trade him to a team as the season goes on. Like, I think the point is that, yes, we still need to add another bigger wing, a 4-5 or a rim protector. But, like, let's be honest, rim protection off the bench, kind of overrated. Who, like, in what situation in the playoffs would rim protection off the bench help a team? I'm thinking on the East, of course. Like, Giannis is going to attack. We've got Patrick Williams who can try to slow him down as best as anyone in the East can. So,
but like you look at it and it's like, okay, so the only teams in the East that I can think of that had like rim protection, the Hawks. The Hawks.
Yeah, Clint Capella is an elite rim protector.
Yeah, the Hawks and probably the Sixers just because of Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid.
Like, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Like, we're not going to get a Joel. My point is, we're not going to get a Joel Embiid stopper in the paint for our backup center. Like, that doesn't exist in the NBA. So you address the problems that give you nightmare matchups, which is the fact that we added DeMar DeRozan, who, I don't know if you guys know this, he's pretty fucking elite in the mid-range. And if you watch the playoffs this year, what really decided a lot of games in the playoffs? Was it the ability to create for yourself and others in the mid-range?
Chris Paul would come in and be like, I'm going to be Paul Pierce. Elbow extended, elbow extended, elbow extended.
I'm just saying the ability to create for yourself and create for others in the mid-range is exactly what dominated the playoffs this year. And I think that people need to understand that. And the fact that DeMar DeRozan, people are like, that contract, you're going to end up paying him so much. That's not a bad contract for DeMar DeRozan. I think it is actually a great deal for both ends. And it gives us someone who, like I said, he fills the hole of a primary facilitator at times. He also is a go-to scorer, get his own buckets.
Yeah.
Like, now we've got a bunch of guys who can do it. We've got Zach, we've got Kobe, and we have DeMar DeRozan who can all get their own shots, and we have Vucevic who can create his own shot. Like, this team offensively is going to be so fucking fun to watch. The thing that I'm concerned, obviously, is the defensive end. We have 2 true defenders on the floor at any time between Lonzo Ball, Patrick Williams, and then we have Alex Caruso and maybe Troy Brown Jr., maybe Marko Simonovic. We don't know yet.
Troy Brown was brought in for his defensive help.
Yeah, he's very similar. He's a bigger. A lot of people still see him as a guard, even though he was like an oversized guard at Oregon way back now. But he's bigger. He's got good effort and strength. So like, I do think that we'll have a wing and a guard defender at any given time. And I agree. Our defensive scheme will have to be very interesting. Like, we'll have to be creative with how we use guys because we can't play drop coverage at times.
Yeah.
If Vucevic is a guy, how are we going to defend the pick and roll? Because if they switch, can we switch? Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered. But I think today I'm just taking this as, like you said, trust the front office. This has been an awesome start for agency. And I know
we're not used to this.
We're not used to it, but also as a Bears fan, I'm going, I remember when we won the offseason one year, that did not pan out so hot. We were good. We were very good, but it did not give us a championship. And I don't think that's the aspirations. I think that, we're a conference finals contending team. I think the best case scenario would be somewhere if we hit conference finals. I would be loving life a la the Hawks this year. I think that might be our peak, but again, it comes down to health.
Yep.
If everybody's healthy on this team, who knows? I'm not capping it.
I mean, let's be honest. Like, we had to deal with injuries last year, but this team is obviously more stacked. One thing, Dave, that I'll ask you from Huntu in chat says,
Sure.
is Levine worth $30 million a year? I'm saying yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way he's not. He just had an all-time
He's our
efficiency
guy.
season, and he's a walking bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just talked about Jalen Green, JG4, my boy, the number one talent in this past draft class.
Mm-hmm.
And like his upside is like, man, like he could be like as good a scorer as like Zach LaVine, and that's high praise. Like literally, Zach before he got taken out with COVID, like was one of the best scorers and should have been, all NBA caliber. But the problem was that last month, COVID came back off of that, and he just wasn't the same for a while. We had completely torn up the roster, different roles, different responsibilities. It threw with everything. So I think the thing is just. Yes, he's absolutely worth $30 million.
Also, I'm seeing a lot. Of course, like you said before we went live, this is not a prediction video. This is not a preview.
This is not our Bulls offseason recap. We are just raw reaction to signing DeMar DeRozan.
Here's the one thing, and Soapy, I'm not coming at you, but I'm coming at you.
No, say it.
A lot of Bulls hate going on just because we're the Bulls of, the question was, are the Bulls a top 4 team in the East? And Soapy goes, nope. Like, I think that Bulls haters are still going to have Bulls outside the top 6. Jake earlier today was like, they're a 5 through 6 or a 5 through 7 kind of a range. But, like, I look at top 4 in the East. The only way we are doing that, Dave, is you look at every team under the top 3. Top 3 are the top 3. Bucks, Nets, Sixers. Like, they're the top 3. I am not taking them off a pedestal until we get into the prediction video later in the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, the Sixers are the epitome of a great regular season team who just doesn't have the talent to make it in the playoffs. So I agree. They probably will be a top 3 team in the East for the regular season.
I look at the Knicks. Was it Knicks and Hawks? Were they one-hit wonders last year? Can they?
I think the Knicks overperformed their expectations. Do I think that they got better? Oh, I like their draft.
They kept things the same. They didn't lose much, but we'll see how the Knicks can perform this year. Can the Hawks build off of what they had last year? I know the Hawks first season to second season after the Nate McMillan hiring.
They were a elite team once Nate McMillan became the head coach. I believe they will continue to be elite. Yes.
With the Heat, question of yes, they've got a bunch of new arrivals. They get Markieff Morris today. They bring in Kyle Lowry. They signed Duncan Robinson. They brought in someone else that I'm blanking on. But they make additions. Are they going to be what we thought they were going to be last year? And then the Celtics, they've also gone through some changes. I mean,
not good ones.
Jake says they'll be better just because Kemba's not on the team.
He didn't play for part of the season last year anyway. It didn't matter. I don't understand. I get it. Those teams are good, but are we just discounting the fact that we just added Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan to this team already? And we had a full offseason together. Patrick Williams has no natural progression, apparently. Kobe White's not going to get better. I get that you want to keep things the way they are, but I feel like you're giving other teams the benefit of the doubt, and you're not giving us any credit for adding one of the best wing scorers / self-creators / facilitators for the rest of his team, and then an elite 3-and-D player in Lonzo Ball, and then guess what? A bench 3-and-D player in Alex Caruso. I just feel like we're being overlooked in that respect, and I think that teams are so easy to just it'll be the same. I saw Pacers in there. That's fucking hilarious. If you think the Pacers are going to be better off this year, they are a hot fucking mess right now. There's no way that they will be a better team. And again, the other thing is injuries happen. It does take time to come back from injuries. I know that you want to put the Nets up there.
Injuries even could happen to us.
Yeah,
although I hope
we are notoriously injury prone as a team. I think that was a big problem we've had. But I mean, the Nets, who knows? If Kyrie doesn't feel like playing for 2 months, who knows? Kevin Durant tweaks something, who knows? That team is just a big question mark. I think they're still going to be top 3 in the East, but I just think you cannot say that, injuries aren't part of the game anymore. It's no longer a question mark. It's just when will they happen?
And I'm sorry, Soapy. I kind of did I agree with the fact that me right now, I could see 5 to 7 4 is like maybe I could see 4. Just depends on what happens. Also, I liked how Big Jordan says Bulls don't have a big 3. They have a big 5. And then Soapy goes, bruh, big 5 is a stretch.
Have I heard of Caris LeVert? Yeah. Yeah. If you've watched this channel for 2 years, you've seen me go full face to heel transition on Caris LeVert. He's a fucking bum. He's a goddamn inefficient chucker.
Him coming out of Michigan when he was drafted by the Nets.
And I loved him in his first full health, in his first almost healthy year for the Nets when he progressed under Kenny.
What had the heel turn happen?
Like people put him on a goddamn pedestal.
Okay.
Like he is a good 2-guard, but he's not a star. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that people put him on a pedestal. They overrated the shit out of him, and he's never been efficient. He's never been a go-to guy on a team that can actually win games. It's just bad. He's a good scorer on a bad team. You give him, a bunch of shot attempts, yeah, he'll put up numbers. Like I just don't value that. Mm-hmm. I love him as a person. I think his story's awesome, but I just don't think that he deserves any fucking thing that people put on him. They think he's like, what the fuck happened to Victor Oladipo? You guys fucking crowned his ass. How's he doing?
Yeah, I mean, also I love it in YouTube. Big Jordan and Soapy kind of going at it. Big Jordan says 3 bona fide all-stars.
Correct.
With 2 in the making. I'm gonna say with 3 in the making. P. Will, Kobe, and Io. 3 in the making, baby. Io's gonna be an all-star one day. You watch.
I don't know about that
this
one.
Year. Didn't say this year, Dave.
I mean, in the making's a long time. Yeah.
I mean, it could take 5 years to be an all-star. Who knows? And then
look at Karis's stats. Tell me, what does Caris do good? What is he good at? Vincent, this is not a video where I just shine Caris LeVert and you in chat at the same time. But tell me one fucking thing he does at an elite level. Because it's not finish at the rim. It's not facilitate. It's not score from 2. It's not score from 3. It's not score off the pick and roll.
Better, though?
What's up?
Can Rick Carlisle make him better?
Yeah, Rick Carlisle is fucking great with guards. Like, he went from Kenny Atkinson, who was literally like the golden fucking goose of guard development. He got Spencer Dinwiddie and Caris LeVert to both look like absolute fucking studs. And I will give him credit for it. Rick Carlisle's pretty good.
We're going to keep the Kobe White slander also to a minimum. Like, is Kobe the best guard out there? No, but
I'm not just banned Vincent Gaming. I'm not. I don't feel we need the trolling. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
No ban, just time out. Just a little troll. But yeah, like Kobe White is not G League, and yes, Bake Jordan. We did bring. You might have came in late. We did bring up the Caruso, and how he's the new White Mamba for us, Dave. He's Scalabrini, but better. Scalabrini wasn't bad, but he's. I was
gonna say no. He's better. I think Caruso is a legitimate player on this team, and I think he's we have a 4-man backcourt where we feel really good about it. Kobe White, Caruso coming off the bench with Lonzo and Zach starting. I think that's a great 4-core.
Here's the other thing, and I see a lot of people, and this goes for like Twitter, YouTube chat. Everyone's ragging defense. Where's the defense? Besides, what was it? I saw in chat from somebody. Besides Lonzo and Caruso, where's the defense going to come from?
Patrick Williams.
This is no longer the 90s and the 80s, people. Like, these are teams where you need to score over 100 points and have a select few guys who play defense. We do. We have Troy Brown Jr.
It's situational defense.
Yeah.
That is what is important.
Like
you no longer need to be
on the line and you need a stop.
Yes. That is exactly what it is. It's not even it's not even like you need a bunch of guys who can play defense. It's situational defense.
Yeah.
All right.
I do have 2 questions. Last 2. First one.
Make them quick.
Lowry to the T-Wolves. I've heard that thrown around a lot. Is there anything from the T-Wolves besides a pick that we would want? Like, do we want
I goddamn love. You know who I want on the T-Wolves?
Who?
McDaniels.
I
fucking love McDaniels. There's no way they give him up though. Yeah. I heard Naz Reid, but I just don't love that one.
Sean would be a Bulls fan.
Sean would be a Bulls fan. He leans so hard into the same like space of like offensive juggernaut, defensive.
Yeah.
Nope. That I would be concerned about that. Mm-hmm. I think we have to see what we have with Marco before that. Mm-hmm. But that's the only reason I agree. We need a tweener 4-5 if we could find one, but I don't know who that would be on that team.
And then the last one, I think that this will be true, if this team underperforms this year based on the signings we made, is Billy Donovan the scapegoat then? If we don't perform like we should this year, is it a Billy, you're great, but you're gone. We need a coach in here now that can be successful.
Yeah, this is the year for Billy Donovan. This is a quick turnaround situation of we've now added all the talent in the world to be a playoff team in the East and to rightfully compete for, past the first round. I'm not saying we're going to win because it's whoever we face in the first round depends a lot on the matchup. But I think that this is a team worthy of being a top 8 team in the East. And I think that the front office has done so much in one short season to flip this roster that I want to give them a lot of credit, and we'll get deeper into predictions as we go. But yeah,
Bulls fans, say it with me. Relax. I'm gonna Aaron Rodgers you. Relax. It's okay. We finally have a front office that's doing the right moves. But this is where Dave and I are gonna end this. Wanted to come live a little bit for a short video. 30 minutes is short on our remarks. Like usually we could talk Bulls.
Yeah, I would have gone longer. I literally need to go pick up pizza.
No, I know. You need to pick up food. You got to get ready for raid time, Dave.
I asked you before the stream, and I was like, Ricky,
I know.
30 minutes, and you're like, oh, 15. We'll be fine.
No. I said 30 is like the most. And look at that. Yep. We're at a half hour. But hit that subscribe button if you want to stay tuned to everything we're talking about NBA and Bulls all season long. If you want to support us, check out our Patreon page or become a channel member. And if you're not in the Discord, join it right now. We need more Bulls fans in that Discord. That is the one fan base we are lacking, Dave.
It does feel a little quiet in there sometimes.
We just need more Bulls fans in that Discord, so join it for free down below. That will do it for us. We will be back with some more coming tonight are our NBA draft grade videos, so be on the lookout for those. And as always, have a good day, everybody.
WPN.